stand black and gray as they go. When I'm far too gone, can you show me love? Give me love. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. See you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Could I just remind people, if you have a mobile phone, can you just please check that it's turned to silent before we start the service? Thank you.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same? you hold my hand? If I saw you in heaven, would you help me stand? If I saw you in heaven, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knees. Time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging please. Beyond the door, there's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would you be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
Murphy, for as long as we can dream, for as long as we can think, as long as we have memory, we'll think of you. For as long as we have eyes to see and ears to hear and lips to speak, we will speak of you. As long as we have a heart to feel, a soul stirring within us, an imagination to hold you, we will remember you. As long as there is time, as long as there is love, as long as we have breath to speak your name, we will love you. Hello everyone, my name's Jenny Noblet, and it's a privilege for me to conduct today's service as we gather to mourn the loss of Murphy Feenan. Each of you will have your own feelings of grief as we gather to celebrate his life and say goodbye. We're here today to remember a loved one, to not only grieve the loss of Murphy, but to give thanks for his life, to seek comfort and healing, and to say goodbye to this lovely young man who touched so many people's lives. The family thank you for being here with them today, and they want you to know that your kind words, your love and your support are very much appreciated. Today we're here not only to consider the shortness and uncertainty of life on earth, but to give thanks for the gift of life and the gift of family and the gift of Murphy in our lives. Murphy was the much-loved son of Daniel, Donna and Josh, the dearly loved brother of Jaden, Tyler, Molly, Nina, Cade, Kaya and Kendra, the much-loved grandson of Poppy John and Nanny Pat, and Angela and Jimmy, and a much-loved nephew and cousin. His family is struggling to accept that their beautiful Murphy is no longer with them. This lovely young man who had the ability to light up a room with his smile without even trying. Murphy's life revolved around his family and his friends. With his friendly, outgoing, happy nature, he made friends easily, and he had a wide circle of friends and good mates, as is evident today as I look around me. He loved spending time with his mates, either riding dirt bikes, four-wheel driving in the bush or on the beach. The very act of being born, of living and loving, means that each of us affects and changes those people around us. Each of us is important to the people in our lives. Murphy's life was important because he was special to those who knew him and loved him, and he was loved by many. There's more than just loss to consider today, because Murphy did live and he did make his mark on our world. And today is about how he touched your lives, and it's also a time to say goodbye. Murphy was a unique, one-of-a-kind character with a generous and loving nature, a loyal and caring young man with a gentle soul, who was dearly loved by all who knew him. Murphy Feenan was born on the 22nd of December 2002, an early Christmas present for parents Daniel and Donna. He was a very happy little boy, always smiling and just a little bit cheeky, and he loved nothing more than riding on his bike and playing in the garden. And he was always helpful. You would find him with a broom and a rake in his hand, following you around, tidying up as he went. From an early age, he loved doing things with his hands, and he would play with his Tonka trucks, his train set, and his Lego for hours. So he was very happy to start his mechanic's apprenticeship, doing something that he loved. Murphy went to Elibana Primary School, where he made some lifelong friendships, which continued through his high school years at Warners Bay High. He was more mechanically minded than academic, and he particularly enjoyed the social aspect of high school. He outgrew his Xbox to buy a Norco push bike. Once he had his wheels, there was no stopping him. He enjoyed riding his dirt bikes and tinkering with his D22 Navara, which always needed something fixed. He was passionate about four-wheel driving, and he was over the moon when he got his driver's licence and he was able to hit the dunes and the bush with his mates, or just cruise through Newey on late-night drives with his friends. Murphy radiated natural charisma. He was the person that everyone wanted as a friend, and he was the glue that brought people together. He changed the atmosphere for anyone in his presence. If you were down, he instantly made you happy. He had that unique quality about him. He was a type of friend who was incredibly loyal and would always put everyone else first. You all have your own special memories of Murphy, and we're now going to hear from some special people in his life who would like to share some words with us about this beautiful young man. Murphy's father, Daniel, is going to speak first, and he'll be followed by his Uncle John, and then Jaden, his big brother, Tyler, his sister, and then good family friend Todd are all going to speak now.
Unfortunately, 5 minutes ago, exactly 7 days ago, I received a phone call about Murphy, literally to the minute. My name's Daniel, Murphy's father. Thank you for a beautiful summary that summed everything up. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. There's so many people that I can see here and outside. Too many to say hello to right this minute. As Murphy's father, we're all here today to erase the negativity, sorrow and sadness of what has happened to Spud, and instead embrace, remember, laugh and smile at what my son has done for you all. Murphy was my baby boy, my son, my friend. He was my workmate. He was always helping me. He was my footballer, my cricket player, my little general giant and my hero. (221202), born at Mungan Hospital. I thought everything went well. Donna might say that. I thought it was pretty easy, but might not have been. Murphy was the third child, obviously, with Jaden and Tyler. He was, everyone I've spoken to, he was never a problem. He just breezed through everything. I can't even remember him crying, to be brutally honest, at night time. Some kids, you just go, oh, shut up. Murphy, he was just so easy. So I had to learn to be a dad for the first time, and thank you, Donna, for helping me through that. He got home, he's sort of straight on the boob, no problems. I remember when he went to solids, he was sitting in our lounge room at SEAM, and Donna said, you feed him? And it was like a custard yoga type thing. And he's swinging in this little chair, and he kept going with his mouth, and I'd feeding him. And after about half a tin, Donna said, that's enough. And I said, Donna, he is still hungry. Look, let me keep opening his mouth. So I kept feeding him. I copped the last bit of the yogurt about 10 minutes later, all over me. Murphy never really crawled. He commando rolled, and that was only for a very short period of time. He started walking at 8 months. I remember going to Woolworths at Raymond Terrace, and he's walking down the aisle like at 8 months, and people were just like looking at him. He did have that big growth spurt, as we all know, in the last 14 to 16 months, but it took him a long time to get there. He used to tap people, complete strangers that would try to get out of him because they're strangers, Murphy, and people would turn around and just smile at him. Thomas the Tank Engine. My God, did we have some train sets. Donna's saying, don't buy him anymore, he's got heaps. Yeah, sure, I'll come home with another one. Then Donna started doing the same thing. I've still got that dun, 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 in my head. I used to have nightmares about it. Now I'm dreaming about it. I remember when he first started walking, you were tired, you were doing everything for us. Donna decided to go and have an afternoon nap. I still remember it clearly. Queensland were playing New South Wales at North Sydney Oval in cricket. New South Wales won, of course, like we did a couple of nights ago, by the way, very convincingly. He looked at me and he was standing there. And I said, "Go, mate, give it a crack." He had this fear in his eyes, but a smile on his face, and I want to come back to the fear in your eyes shortly. As you just heard, Murphy went to Ellie Banana, which we all thought was funny at the time to call it that. Primary school and the ensuing years, Murphy, Molly and Nina were the new team. We had many holidays at the beach at Nelson Bay, and he was just so active. I remember when he was about 9 playing soccer for Warners Bay. We were playing Curry at Curry, and Murphy said to me, "Dad, that boy's got a beard." He was huge, bigger than me now. He said, you'll be right, Spud." He played centre forward. He was very coordinated, had good balance. Everything was good. Murphy dribbled the soccer ball around these blokes all day, scored 2 goals, and they won 2-1. And I said on the way home, size doesn't matter, but very, very proud of him. Josh and Donna, I've said, and we was talking at the start, I just want to... Josh is not a stepdad. Murphy has 2 fathers. Thank you, Josh. He fit a lot in. He's been overseas a few times. He's had so many holidays. I remember clearly we went to the nursery at Heatherbrae, and this was probably the first time in my life that I was scared about my son's safety. And he was always on the shovel, helping me mulch, or he was rolling out turf. Greg Taylor and I were talking about this the other day. He was scribbling in some concrete, and I had to fix it. The customer didn't want scribbling. And I was watching him again. He's only very small, probably 3 or 4, and he disappeared for 5 seconds, seriously. Murphy. And I said to this lady, just hang on a sec. I went round the corner. I couldn't find him. There was a pond there, and his little hat was floating in the pond, and it's the first time that pulled him out. Again, fear in his eyes, and I'll come back to that again. Luke, Dominic and Bernard, great uncles. He was definitely the favourite. Everyone's within our family knows that now. Mum opened a bank account, put money in it for him every week, and no other grandchild has even got a bank account, I don't think. Is that right, guys? Yeah. So, yeah. So, we all just realised that Murph was Murph. As time went on, Murphy's impacted other lives. I'd like to make special note of Riley and Hannah. He was just, you guys were so close, and I know you miss him as well. So we're here today to honour Murphy, like I said. The socks stand out for a lot of you, and they stand out for me too. He used to have massive dramas with socks growing up. Like, when we lived at Nelson Bay, if he had any sand on his feet, he'd wash it off and then put socks on. And if there's one speck of sand in his socks, he wouldn't wear them. He just wouldn't wear them. And those socks turned into dance moves. He was an amazing dancer. And he did not get that from any of his uncles or his father. I'll give you the tip. So I never wanted to stand here ever. just like to finish to say to all of Murphy's mates from school, there's a massive Macca's crowd here as well. Thank you. I'd like to say to you that I'm really pleased, and it's encouraging to see that you guys all talk to each other and that you're talking about your mates, who's who in the zoo. Black Dog, hashtag Speak Out, Lifeline. These are all great institutions, and we are highly aware of this at the moment, that you can reach out. What I'd like to say to you is thank you for talking to Murphy. What I'd also like to say to you is that talk to someone that's also a bit older than you. Talk to someone that's actually bought a pair of school shoes, that's paid school fees, that's had a rent, paid mortgage, had to have a day off work to look after their son or daughter. I'm not saying and that means that Murphy was going to be here today, and I'm not saying that if someone came to me that I'd have the answer. But the older you are, the more emotional intelligence you have, and like I said, you still may not have the right answer as an adult, but at least we all might be able to, if we did that, we might just save one. Hopefully we save all. So on this last week, just to publicly say, I don't know what Donna and Josh, well, I sort of do know what you've gone through because I've gone through it as well, and you've supported each other. I'd like to shout out to my partner Claire. I was looking for my favourite jumper the other day because I wore it, I think, for 3 or 4 days in a row. The bloke that I'm looking at through the glass, I bought it off him on Friday at my local, and I went to put it on. Claire washed it and it was back in the cupboard, and things have been paid this week, and I've eaten food and that, and I haven't really known how it got in front of me. So, thanks Claire. So guys, today let's just remember and honour Murphy. Thank you for attendance, and I hope I've given you a couple of little things that you can take away. Thanks.
Thanks, Dan. That's beautiful. Everyone, my name's John McGrath. I'm Smurf's uncle. UJ is my name to the kids. And on behalf of Donna and Josh today, I'll share a few things with you about Murphy. Bear with me, it's going to be difficult, okay? So, who was Murphy Feenan? To me, he was my nephew and my friend. We had many things in common. Cars, motorbikes, a keen sense of fashion. I can tell you that I loved that cheeky little bugger with all my heart. He had a razor-sharp wit that could cut you down to size with a simple sentence. I'll miss my verbal sparring with him. To you all, he was a son, a brother, a friend and a workmate. Simple words to say, however I know that to all of us individually, he was a unique person. I know that Donna, Josh and Dan, he was a shining light of love, respect, happiness and joy, and a confident, sassy, courageous young man about to make his way in the world. I know that he loved his mum with all his heart. They'd shared a special bond forged with shared experiences and mutual love and admiration. To his siblings, he was the Smurf. You kind of know you have an impact in the world when you've got a "the" in front of your name, you know. The Rock, just, you know. Murphy was a loving and supportive brother. He was very close to his sister Tyler and brother Jaden. Murphy, as you all know, because you're all here, was a special kind of boy. He was like Peter Pan, in that he physically never grew up. He was always small and cute. This carried on for years, well into high school. It may explain his fashion sense. I guess he could only buy small boys' clothes. But after not seeing him for a few months recently, I happened to notice that he just suddenly grew up. And to top it off, his hair went curly. That's so Murph, really. He was finally here, a man with a plan to pimp his Navara into something even the Nissan engineers could never have imagined. Murphy, as you know, had a keen sense of humour, and I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking that he would sometimes just sit quietly in a group setting, just taking it all in, and then just flooring us all with a perfectly timed insight. I love that he set his own path. He never conformed to societal norms, as ably demonstrated in his love of fine fashion, bright shorts, white t-shirts with some sort of stripe and colourful socks. Most kids his age are trying to buy the latest brand name gear, not our Murph. He knew what he liked. He didn't care a jot if you didn't. Rare in someone so young. I see by the outpouring of love and grief from his dear friends that they too have been touched by Murphy. He was clearly an influential and respected and trusted friend. I note some of the comments or some of the words you've used to describe him, such as, my best friend, my brother. Life was a breeze in your company. One of my favourites here. I hope you're actually wearing a jumper because it's freezing tonight. God damn, don't ruin too many tyres up there because we will need them when our time comes to be together again. You always know how to light up a room and put a smile on everyone's face. Work will never be the same without you. You never failed to make me laugh, to make me feel loved, and to teach me so many new ways to love. And finally, this beautiful boy always knew how to put a smile on our faces. To his friends here today, we are sorry for your loss. Murphy had been in his new workplace for only 4 days, one of his proudest achievements to date. Imagine he could finally be paid for doing what he loved, fixing four-wheel drives. His mum Donna asked his new boss, how was he at work? His reply was, in 4 days, Donna, he changed the entire vibe of the place. This speaks volumes for the Murphy we know and love. He had that uncanny ability to lighten the place with his exuberance, self-deprecating humour, and that radiant, cheeky smile that just never went away. We will never know nor understand why Murphy decided to leave us so suddenly. We know the path ahead will be challenging for all of us as we grieve for the young man Murphy was to us all. We as a family implore you all to hold those closest to you tight. Tell them they are loved. Look after each other and be kind to yourselves. The road ahead will be challenging. Please remember, especially the young people here today, nothing, I repeat, nothing can't be overcome. Ask for help when you need it and be prepared to give it when asked. If we can do that, we can all get through this. On behalf of Donna, Josh, Jaden, Tyler and my family, we thank you all for your love and support at this difficult time. Donna and Josh have also asked that I thank Cal and Matt Shin for setting up the GoFundMe page. They've been overwhelmed by the generosity of hundreds of donations. It has touched them both and helped them more than any of you will ever know. They've also asked that I make a special shout out to Andrew Carraro for his generosity with the design and printing of Murphy's memorial folder. Thank you, Andrew. And lastly, to Emily Thomas for the visual presentation. Thank you, Emily. Stay safe, everyone. Look after each other. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Jaden Murphy's brother. I just wanted to say some things about him, growing up with him, what it was like, It's always happy, always fun. Remember, out the front, we used to play footy together. We used to team up, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he just always had a laugh. We set up the tries. He'd run down the line and flip over, and he's just always a happy kid. And it's good to see that he touched so many people in so many different ways. And it's just really good to know that, you know, he's happy. And he was always happy. And, you know, it's what he would want for everyone as well, to be happy.
Okay.
You know?
I just want to say again, thank you to everybody that's come and shown the support. It means the world to me and my family, and for the GoFundMe and how much everyone's chipped in, it really means the world. Dear Murphy, you are a son, a brother, a partner, and a friend. You are a star that shines so bright, and a soul that gave so much. In the time we got to have, you impacted so many lives in so many different and unique ways. I thank you for all the times you were with me and you were my rock, all the times we walked to school together. We shared so many special moments together, and no one can ever replace that, and I will forever cherish them. My heart aches at the thought of you no longer being with us, but I know that you are at peace. The world lost an angel, but heaven gained one of its strongest yet, and I know I'll forever guide and watch over all of us. I love you, Smurf. We miss you. Thank you.
For some reason, I need to lift this up. My name is Todd Burnell, and I'm here today to celebrate the life of Murphy with my wife Camilla and my two sons Liam and Aidan. I have known Murphy since he was 5 years of age. I first met him at the back gate of Elibarna Primary, near what was affectionately known by all the school kids as Dog Poo Alley. And I remember Murphy because he was about 3 foot 1 inch tall, and his school bag was just about as big as him. Liam introduced me to Murphy as his new friend, and he later told me that on that day, Murphy had asked Liam to be his best friend. Liam, I am so glad you said yes. Since that day, there has been birthday parties, sleepovers, dinners, trips away. We've watched the boys grow up together through primary and high school. We've seen the group of friends grow. We've shared so many wonderful memories that I, as all of us here, could share. But today I just wanted to take the opportunity to tell you 3 stories that I think truly express who Murphy was. Kindness. Camilla first met Murphy when he was maybe 8 or 9 years of age at the model trains out at Edgeworth. And I remember standing in that line holding my son's hand, Aidan, and Aidan was only about 6 then. And typical Aidan was asking the questions. What if I fall off, Dad? What if the train crashes, or do you think I could get run over? Murphy just turned around and looked at me and said, "It's okay, I'll look after him." And he did, and he always has. Even at such a young age, no one ever had to ask. Murphy was always just so caring and so kind to everybody, no matter who they were. Fun. This ball has travelled around the world. Murphy first discovered this ball during a walk through Regent's Park in London. And as Camilla pointed out last night when I was writing this, it had probably about 1/4 of an inch of duck shit all over it when they found it. So they washed it off and Murphy took it back to the hotel room, and he actually took it in the shower with him. But from that day, every single day on that trip, this ball was with Murphy. Every opportunity he had, he would put it down and the three boys would just kick it around. There was actually a point where they even kicked it around in the foyer of the British Museum. But the outcome of that's a whole other story. I wanted to share this story because no matter where Murphy was in the world, life was always just about having fun. Every person I have spoken to that has known Murphy, every Facebook post that I have read in the last week, all says the same thing. Murph was just fun. Smile and laugh. Towards the end of our time together in the UK, we were sitting having dinner in a Chinese restaurant in Edinburgh. And as most people might know, Murphy had quite an affinity for the word like. And during our trip, there was lots of times when he said, "So Todd, is this like the plane we're going on?" "No, Murphy, this is the plane we're going on." "So is this table made of like wood?" "No, Murphy, it is actually made of wood." So during this dinner, we set a challenge that the five of us could not say the word like during the whole meal. Murphy looked up at me and said, "So like when do we start?" So after a belly-aching laugh, and Murphy trying for probably the next 5 minutes not to say the word like, we had to call the challenge off. But wow, did we have a laugh that night. I realise that that's such a small and almost insignificant memory, but it just goes to show how being around Murphy, you could not help but just smile and laugh. I'd now like to share something from my two boys, Aidan and Liam, and along with a message from myself. From Aidan. Murphy, the world has been here for a long time, and hopefully it will be here for a long time to come. I am just so glad I was here at the same time you were. You were Liam's best friend, and I am so sad for my brother that you are not here anymore. But I also loved you like a brother, and I will miss you forever. From Liam. Murphy, we started in kindergarten together, and throughout primary school we never left each other's side. Our friendship brought families together and gave us unforgettable memories, with not only you, but also with Carson and Aidan. High school represented new challenges, new opportunities, and a great group of new friends. It did not matter if people knew you for a week or for many years. They always remembered the smile that you gave. I have smiled with you. I have been angry and I have cried with you. I have even watched you fall in love, and I would not trade anything in the world for those moments, and I owe you everything for being part of who I am today. Murphy, I started my childhood with you, but now I move into adulthood without you. I will never stop missing you, but I also will never stop thanking you for everything you did for me as my very, very best friend. I sent this message to Murphy on Sunday afternoon, and although I know Murphy will never read this message, part of the healing for me was to send this to him. I am so sorry I lost you, Murph, and that I could not be there when you really needed me. You were like a son to me and a brother to my two boys. This hurts more than I can bear, and I wish more than anything I could see you come through my door just to hang out with Liam. My life will always be better because I knew you. Take care and make sure you look me up the next time round. Love you, mate. I'd like to end today by saying just one more thing. The world just needs more Murphys. So please, just bring the fun. Be the kindness. Hold the space for your friends and your family to heal. But most of all, make sure that you leave every person you meet with a smile on their face. Because that is what Murphy did for all of us. Thank you.
Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your
Murphy had a wide circle of friends, and they all loved him and admired him. One of his good mates, Blake, aka BMAS, would like to share some memories of his mate, and he's going to be followed by Murphy's friend, Alexa.
As we came in, we were all told that we're here to celebrate life and say our final goodbyes. This is my letter to Murph. Dear Murph, when I met you 3 years ago, I walked into work like it was just going to be another day. I went up and introduced myself. Hey, I'm Blake, and he was Murph. You were this adorable chubby kid, and I would never have thought you would have the impact on my life as you did. We went from casual work lads to mates, and to be quite honest with you all, he honestly became one of my best friends, which very quickly turned into like a little brother of mine as well. Whenever I was down and out, you were there, and I hope I did the same. The second I was free from waking up from my shift, I was calling him, and within 30 seconds we had plans, and the night was quickly ours. Whether we were just sitting in our car, listening to God knows what you added to your playlist that week, or we were just cruising through Newey on an adventure to who knew where, I think we can all agree life was a breeze in your company, and none of us would have changed it for anything. One of the biggest things in common we had was our love for passion in cars. Now, personally, I'll admit, I knew absolutely nothing compared to Murphy, and I still don't. But he taught me a lot more than I would ever imagine. Murph, some of my first favourite memories with you was honestly just ringing each other, and yeah, the night was ours. Me and Murph were just two mates, our cars, some good music, even better banter. Never a dull moment between us, and I think that's what drove me and him back every single time. Murph, you are seriously a unique bundle of joy, happiness and wonder, and that's why I love and cherish you with everything I had. We had so many of our great memories together, and I am forever, ever thankful that I got to share them with you. We made each other laugh, we annoyed the hell out of each other in the stupidest ways, and I would not have traded it for the world. I think most of Murphy's can agree with me when I say this. He was seriously the glue in a lot of the relationships that have been made over the past 2 years, when us from work and Murph's mates from school have come together. I'm so glad he did, because honestly, you guys are truly amazing, and I am blessed to have met every single one of you. Last week on Friday morning, I lost my best friend, but heaven had gained one of its angels and he had come home. Please, Murph, watch over your friends, watch over your family, and watch over me. I still can't find the words to describe how much I love you, how much I'm going to miss you. I guess this is goodbye now for my beautiful boy. Goodbye, sweet dreams, and I love you so much, brother. Thank you.
Murphy Feenan, still transforming from a boy to a man. He was a son, a brother, and he was a friend, an amazing friend. a best friend to many, and an enemy to no one. Never a bad word was murmured about him. He was cherished by many, so many. It was a glimmer of hope when others needed it most. The light in everyone's darkness. A bright light. A unique bundle of joy. Life was a breeze in his company, as was said. He had this ability to instantly brighten a room or enhance any environment. I think it was his cheekiness or the infectiousness of his smile. That alone had the power to light up a room, a workplace, a car, a home, absolutely anywhere. He encouraged his friends to carry on through their toughest days. He made everyone smile, laugh, and now cry. His personality felt full of wisdom. A sensitive soul, the kindest soul with a beautiful heart, a heart of gold. He made an impact on our lives, creating great moments, teaching his friends new ways to love. The joyful difference he made in people's lives in ways that I don't think even he could imagine now. An angel. These are some of the ways that many of Murphy's friends have used to describe him in their recent tributes to him. I may not have been Murphy's best friend, very best friend, or his family, and he had so many good friends, but he was a genuine friend in every way to me. A really good friend to me and an immense number of others, and I stand in front of you today to represent many of Murphy's friends, especially our Charlie Macca's family, who are scattered everywhere around here. Everyone loved him excessively. Nobody my age should be standing up here talking about a friend, let alone a friend who is 3 years younger than me. The pain of losing such a bright, cherished friend at such a ripe young age feels insurmountable. As I've heard people say before, there is no right age to lose anyone, but this was too soon. His light shone too brightly to go out so early. You know, I think it's once in a lifetime that you come across someone like Murphy, someone who you can know for only a short time and who can make such an impact on your life. Murphy was someone who modeled to everyone how to appreciate the simplicities of life, the enjoyment found to dancing to the music, or even to no music, at work or anywhere. A simple hey, how are you, or a cheeky smile to a stranger, or someone who is down. Wearing funky socks just about every day. The simple things. Appreciating cars, being part of the car community, and touching everyone there with his wide open heart. Even if he wasn't on the beach, he still just loved to tag along in the passenger seat. Now let's not forget the Nav. He never hesitated to give that a fat skid on the streets either, but the beach. He loved the beach. He also loved thrashing the Nav on the beach, among many other places. I don't know how he kept that thing in one piece, to be honest. Actually, the last time I went to the beach before all of this, I was with Murphy. His kind soul drove all the way down to Third Creek to find us, just to hang out for an hour or two. His kind soul also drove us home. And his kind soul is the reason why so many of us are here today. The last thing I would like to mention about Murphy, and especially to thank him for, is how his equal appreciation for all of his friends brought us all together like glue. Murphy, the people I now call my best friends consist of people from our work, your school, and your family. We're all together because of you. You had a magical way of bringing people together on a deep level, and I just wish you could still be here together with us all now. An angel. He was our angel that walked this earth for 18 short years, and he brought us all together, blessing us with the love of each other, even through darkness. He was an angel that heaven has now been gifted with. He was our angel, but now heaven has been blessed with its turn with our beloved Murphy Feenan. We'll always love you, Murphy. Fly high.
Thank you to everyone for sharing their beautiful memories of this unique young man who touched your lives with his beautiful heart and his warm, gentle, caring soul. We're now going to watch a DVD of photos from Murphy's life, compiled by Emma, is it? Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Close your eyes, have no fear. The monster's gone, he's on the run, and your daddy's here. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day in every way, it's getting better and better. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Out on the ocean, the ships sail away. I can hardly wait to see you come of age. I guess we'll just have to be patient, 'cause it's a long way to go and a hard road home. A long way to go, but in the meantime, before you cross the street, take my hand. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day, in every way, it's getting better and better and better. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. 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 You're my beautiful, 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 beautiful boy.
Drink the best wine now, while we're strong and we are proud, until lightning strikes us down. And you eat till you are full, cutting straight through all the bull. I will accept you, warts and all. It's weird and unnerving, forsaking my whole life now, 'cause this is a burden I I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. This all and nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I need somebody to hear, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to turn to. This all and nothing way of loving, gonna be sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to hear, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your soul till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. It's not the same that you're not around, but just know we'll make you proud. It really hurts that you left so soon, but we understand why you had to. I know you didn't feel loved on this earth. Trust me, you were. We're really gonna miss you. This one hits us so hard. We won't go a single day without thinking of you, mate. We're really gonna miss you. This one hits us so hard. We won't go a single day without missing you, mate. We're gonna miss the jokes you had, a heart of gold we only wish could last. Never a bad word said about you, I know this much is true. We're gonna miss you, mate. This one hits us so hard. We won't go a single day without thinking of you, mate. Really gonna miss you. This one hits us so hard. We won't go a single day without missing you, mate. We won't go a single day without missing you. We won't go a single day without missing you, mate. This one hits us so hard. We're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you, mate. We're gonna miss you, mate. Oh, a heart of gold we wish could have stayed.
As we listen to Dancing in the Sky, the family will say their personal goodbye to Murphy by placing a rose on his coffin. For anyone else that would like to place a flower on his coffin, I ask that you please wait and follow the family.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're
'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
Everyone may not have had an opportunity before the service to write a message on Murphy's coffin, and if you want to do that after the service, you're most welcome to do so. Now, with tenderness and respect, we must say our final farewell to Murphy. Let us be grateful for the tangibles, the impact of Murphy's life on yours, and the part that he played in your life. Remember the wonderful times you spent with him. Remember his beautiful smile. And always remember Murphy's love for you and your love for him. And let that love live on in your hearts. Behind every tear that falls is a loving memory. Hold these in your heart, and your loved one will be with you always. Dear Murphy, you rest in the arms of angels, in a place of peace and love, watching over me always, from heaven up above. You guide me through my worries and help me through each day, always by my side. You never went away. The bond cannot be broken, made from love so pure. Death does not break the bond, it lives forevermore. You rest in the arms of angels, free from loss and pain, waiting for the day that we are together once again. Can I ask you all to please stand? Murphy, our hearts are broken, and the hole where you were in our lives can never be filled. You were loved from the day you were born, and you brought such joy into our lives. And you have left an everlasting impression on all of us. Now, sadly, we have to let you go. We will always miss you, remember you, love you, and carry you in our hearts forever. Rest in peace, beautiful Murphy. Fly high, beautiful boy. As a final tribute to Murphy, we're going to say farewell with the song, Hey Brother. During this song, please follow the family from the chapel and gather outside for a butterfly release as we say our last goodbyes to Murphy.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, sister, know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Hey, brother, do you still believe in one another? Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Oh, sister, I will help you out. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
Tell me another story.